1-800-449-8255 right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I don't know what just happened. I guess too many apps on the golden EIB Sharker phone. It's not a microphone. I just removed Uber driver because, what does it matter anyway? I got deactivated. So Uber driver I took off Amazon Flex because it says at capacity. And I noticed that all these app companies will either deactivate you or say they are at capacity, like no vacancy for hiring sort of thing. I don't know, you guys. There was a strike against Uber. Wednesday, Valentine's Day, organized by drivers all across the country. I am hoping for a 1-week global strike against Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and all these apps. What these apps are doing, these companies, is they're making $15 off each ride minimum or something like that, maybe more, maybe $20, and then they're paying the driver $2 or $3 or $1.50 in other states. In California, $3.50 is really low. But in other states around the United States, they would think doing a ride for $3 or $3.50 would be like good or something. If you're in Oklahoma and you're with Uber, they actually have rides in other states, trips, whatever you want to call them, pings, beeps. In other states, not California, where I am. For 50 cents, $1, $1.50, $2, something we've never heard of in California. We have a thing called Prop 22 here, where some judges came in. At first, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash tried to write a law where they're just exempt from the subcontractor thing that California did, where everyone has to be an employee, not a subcontractor. Which I think is bullshit. The old way it was before, if you want to be a subcontractor or whatever you want to be, you could be that. But of course, liberals don't like that because a couple of things. They don't want you getting ahead and making money on your own. But also, they're monitoring the tax situation, trying to get everyone to pay taxes and pay a lot of taxes too, if you know what I mean. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But good luck to the strikers against Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. I went on strike too. I didn't work Wednesday, you guys, on Valentine's Day. Me and my wife, we didn't work. We abstained. I won't say we abstained from other things on Valentine's Day. I'm going to keep it clean, a family show. Clark the Shark was doing other things, maybe involving taking my clothes off, but I'm not going to talk about that or Uber anymore, or Lyft or DoorDash. I'm talking about Face the Music, ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, 1975, before I was so rudely interrupted by the Clark the Shark Sharker-phone, which is really just an Android, Verizon, Android, whatever, I don't know, Samsung. That's what the golden EIB Sharker phone really is, you guys. And when I'm talking about Face the Music, Electric Light Orchestra, 1975, an album that I want all of you to buy, especially if you're a young person who's only like 16 in 2024. I think that means you were born in 2008, I guess, maybe. I'm not sure. But if you were born in 2008 or 2007, I want you to get into ELO and Jeff Lynne. And don't get into Taylor Swift or any of that stuff, Miley Cyrus or anything modern. Music has lost its soul now, you guys, or something. It's just lost a bullock. It ain't what it used to be, and it will never be as good again as Face the Music and other albums too by ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, and Jeff Lynne. And all these other great guys, Bev Bevan and Tandy and D. Albuquerque. And, I know they had members come and go, but, before I was so rudely interrupted here in part one of this video, I was getting to the fact that, lush harmonies, lush arrangements, lots of overdubs, lots of hard work in the studio, atmospheres, ambiance. I know I like to use those two words a lot, but there's a feel as well as, there's just this thing they got. It's amazing. Post psychedelia, you guys, but I can feel that these guys were all into psychedelia back in the 60s. And then in the 70s, this is like technical 70s psychedelia or something. And this album isn't even as difficult or weird as the albums before it. That being said, this album is plenty melodic and strange. I mean, there's weird stuff going on here. I don't care what the stars say. It's probably all music, 4 out of 5. The Encyclopedia of Popular Music, 4 out of 5. Music Box, only a 3. Rolling Stone, only a 3 for ELO. Oh, of course, you guys. You can always rely on Rolling Stone to get it wrong. And they do. Right here on the fabulous Clark the Shark show. I'm not number one, you guys. ELO is number one, baby. All songs by Jeff Lynne. Of course, Fire on High greets you, opening track. and you're like, wow, here we go with another incredible album from ELO, Waterfall. Now, both these first two songs are, letting you know this is one of the greatest projects in the world. You can call it a band, rock band, it is. But to me, this is more of a recording project that's amazing. And they play live, too, and they do it, you guys. They nail it. Evil Woman, one of the greatest songs in the history of all music. Not just rock and roll rock music, but all music. Evil Woman and Knight Rider. Side one's incredible. It hits you hard, you guys. And this album, I think, went platinum or double platinum. And it was like the first ELO album to really do that. The other albums before this are maybe better than this, but this is really fucking good, great. More commercial, more designed to get on the Billboard charts or something, which is okay by me, Clark the Shark. I have no problem with it as long as the songs are really awesome. And Poker's awesome. Side 2 is, I want to say it's even better, but it's equal. Now, Strange Magic, I just want you, if you're a young person born in the 2000s, you got to hear that song. Like I said previous in the video that got cut off, part 1 today, I hear a lot of recycled ideas in ELO. You guys, it's original, it's killer, it's fucking awesome. But I do hear Beatles, Bee Gees, The Sweet, The Who, maybe Roy Wood and The Move were angry at Jeff Lynne. Who knows? Their version of I Can Hear the Grass Grow is the best version, you guys, The Move. There's a pretty fucking killer version by the Blues Magoos, though. They're both really good, but I'll take the Moves version by more than a hair or two. It's really fucking awesome. Down Hometown, good stuff, you guys. And of course, One Summer Dream, amazing. Side 2 is incredible. Melodic harmonies, violins, Baroque rock, Baroque pop, atmosphere. This band does what the Who, Quadrophenia couldn't do, or Tommy. They go to that level, you guys, with this another level from everybody. They do what Styx and Queen and all those bands can't do. The Sweet, ELO just has a strange magic, you guys, a kind of magic that other bands don't have. Of course, they have Bev Bevan on drums, who's awesome, and Tandy piano. Jeff Lynne, the genius. This lineup's a little different from the ones before. And a couple of these guys here would leave soon, and a couple of good guys. D. Albuquerque already left, you guys. I mean, they had trouble with lineup changes. Jeff Lynne's just such a genius. He's a nice guy, but I can tell in the studio he's prickly, you guys, and people can't get along with him or something. He's a nice guy, really nice guy, but he's hyper talented. There's too much talent in that brain, in that guy, Jeff Lynne, and he has to call all the shots and run the show and do everything for ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, Face the Music. This isn't their best album, you guys. The albums before this are maybe better, but this is the most commercial. Now, after this, you guys know there's one hell of an incredible album coming from ELO called Out of the Blue and others. These guys are always good on every album. I can't say they ever disappoint, maybe, I mean, I'm sure eventually they do, like we all do here on planet Earth in the Sharkulation, the simulation that's run by Sharky, me, Clark the Shark. I actually played this whole album. I wrote this whole album. It wasn't Jeff Lynne. It was me, Clark the Shark. Because if it's this fucking good and genius, it has to be me, you guys. It was either me or God. And Jeff Lynne thinks he's a fucking genius. He's not. It was me, Clark the Shark, and God. God is God, and I'm like mini-me. He's like Dr. Evil, and then there's little Sharky. I'm like mini God. And we both actually wrote Face the Music by ELO. I'm just kidding, you guys. God didn't help me. I did it all by myself. Me, Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255. From the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone because it's the Wolfman Jack on crack, baby. And I want you young people to buy Face the Music and Out of the Blue by ELO. I want you to get everything by Jeff Lynne except for Traveling Wilburys or whatever that's called. I don't like that. Tom Petty. I don't like Tom Petty, you guys. I like that whole project, Roy Orbison, George Harrison, Jeff Lynne. I don't like Tom Petty, though. Fuck that guy. He's like Don Henley to me or something. Even though they both fought with the record label, which was cool, I still don't like him. I like Jeff Lynne more and ELO right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I will never review any Tom Petty, you guys, ever. But I will review ELO and lots of it. Someday in the future, I will. But I doubt I'll do a better review than this one today of Face the Music. This atmospheric, melodic, incredibly lush, gifted music that is painstakingly put together. Hard work in the studio. A lot of overdubbing and getting it perfect. That's ELO. But you ain't seen nothing yet. After this album, they get even better, you guys. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I want you to buy not just this album, but everything by ELO. Go ahead and buy the Wilburys. I don't care. Do it for Roy Orbison. Don't do it for Tom Petty. But Jeff Lynne, for sure. Great guy. Prickly in the studio. He has to have it his way. A lot of lineup changes here, you guys. A lot of past members. If you go to their Wikipedia, you can tell a lot of people, Roy Wood and others, D. Albuquerque, and more. These guys walked away saying, we don't like that Jeff Lynne guy. Guy's a fucking dick. But he's not. He's actually a cool guy. Even if he is a dick and an asshole and he's got to have it his way or the highway, I don't care, because with Jeff Lynne, that's all good, you guys. That's all well and good to me. I'm kind of like that too. Me, Clark the Shark, yours truly. People in the South Bay say, Clark the Shark got to have it his way. But for me to be number one on the internet with my songs, She's a Bitch, Addicted, 5 years, It Ain't Easy, Brandy, you guys, I got to be prickly. And it's got to be my way. And when I'm away from the studio, if you see me hanging out in a bar having a beer, I don't drink now, but I mean long ago, I'm usually cool. If you see Clark the Shark walking down the sidewalk, I'm the first guy to come up and give you a hug. And if you need anything, I'll give you the shirt off my back. But in the studio, yeah, dude, I'm a fucking asshole like Don Henley. But I have to be. If you're going to do a fucking song like She's a Bitch and Then You Live, you better be fucking genius and back that shit up. And I do. Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255. And I get it all from ELO, Jeff Lynne, baby, Face the Music, Out of the Blue, and all their albums. I like Queen. I like The Sweet. I like David Bowie. I like The Who. Dude, I fucking like Canned Heat and Grand Funk, but I fucking just love Jeff Lynne and ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, just a little more, baby. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, make sure you buy this music. It's important. And you tell them that you heard it from Clark the Shark, especially this album, Face the Music, not just for Strange Magic, but for the whole album, you guys. It's all fucking good here, baby. I love harmonies, melodic, beautiful sounding music. I love it. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And I hope you buy it. Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, everywhere, especially if you are a young person born 2001, 2002, or after today. I want you into Jeff Lynne and ELO. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.